False words are not only evil in themselves, but they infect the soul with evil. Evil, when we are in its path, is not felt as evil but as a necessity or even a duty. We define ourselves by the best that is in us, not the worst that has been done to us. We are always in a perpetual state of being created and creating ourselves. War contains so much folly as well as wickedness that much is to be hoped from the progress of reason. How many does it take to metamorphose wickedness into righteousness? If you had better sense, you would have learned by now that nothing thrives so well as wickedness. I think it's one of the kindest things you can do to the very wicked to give them time to repent. Politics is the last resort of scoundrels, has become resort is the last place for political scoundrels. War should be the politics of last resort, and when we go to war, we should have a purpose that our people understand and support. War is evil, but it is often the lesser evil. If I fished only to capture fish, my fishing trips would have ended long ago. Many men go fishing all of their lives without knowing that it is not fish they are after. Nothing makes a fish bigger than almost being caught. The true soldier fights not because he hates what is in front of him, but because he loves what is behind him. Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness. The first casualty of war is innocence. War doesn't determine who is right, only who is left. War is never a lasting solution for any problem. Be willing to lose a battle in order to win the war. Lose this battle so we can win the war. War is a quarrel between two thieves too cowardly to fight their own battle. The quickest way of ending a war is to lose it. A rich man is either a scoundrel or the heir of a scoundrel. Patriotism is the last refuge of the scoundrel. Patriotism is usually the refuge of the scoundrel. He is the man who talks the loudest. Wicked companions invite us to hell. Hint at the existence of wickedness in a light, easy and agreeable manner so that nobody's fine feelings may be offended. Revenge may be wicked, but it's natural. Vanity Fair is a very vain, wicked, foolish place, full of all sorts of humbugs and falsenesses and pretensions. The wicked are always ungrateful. The wickedness of mankind makes it necessary for the law to suppose them better than they really are. The real test of business greatness is in giving opportunity to others. To be great is to assume great concerns. Businesses always have opportunities to improve service, product lines, manufacturing techniques and the like, and obviously these opportunities should be seized. But a business that constantly encounters major change also encounters many chances for major error. The less satisfaction we derive from being ourselves, the greater is our desire to be like others. The soul that has conceived one wickedness can nurse no good thereafter. I like to fish. Fishing is always a way of relaxing. Fishing is a discipline in the equality of men, for all men are equal before the fish. We are like islands in the sea, separate on the surface but connected on the deep. Men and fish are alike, they both get into trouble when they open their mouths. Fishing is a way to be at peace with the world and oneself. There is a fine line between fishing and just standing on the shore like an idiot. The sea, once it casts its spell, holds one in its net of wonder forever. If the ocean can calm itself, so can you. We are both salt water mixed with air. Meet me where the sky touches the sea. Smell the sea and feel the sky. Let your soul and spirit fly. Dance with the waves, move with the sea. Let the rhythm of the waters set your soul free. In every outthrust headland, in every curving beach, in every grain of sand, there is the story of the earth. At the beach, life is different. Time doesn't move hour to hour, but moment to moment. We live by the currents planned by the tides and follow the sun. If the ocean can calm itself, so can you. We are both salt water mixed with air. The waves of the sea help me get back to me. I miss the beach, the peace it brings you. I love the sound and smell of the sea. Live in the sunshine, swim the sea, drink the wild air. To me, the sea is a continual miracle. The fishes that swim, the rocks, the motion of the waves, the ships with men in them, what stranger miracles are there. Let the waves hit your feet and the sand be your sea. Every time I stand before a beautiful beach, its waves seem to whisper to me, if you choose the simple things and find joy in nature's simple treasures, life and living need not be so hard. Every time I stand before a beautiful beach, its waves seem to whisper to me, if you choose the simple things and find joy in nature's simple treasures, life and living need not be so hard. The ocean is everything I want to be, beautiful, mysterious, wild and free. The beach is not always a place, sometimes it's a feeling. A cup of tea, Nanin, a Japanese master during the Meiji era, 1868 to 1912, received a university professor who came to inquire about Zen Nan in soft tea. He poured his visitor's cup full and then kept on pouring. The professor watched the overflow until he no longer could restrain himself. It is overfull. No more will go in like this cup, Nanin said. You are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup? Life is a beach, find your wave. Sky above, sand below, peace within. The real enjoyment is on the beach and in the encounter with the water and with the way the sand heals the soul. In the end, only three things matter: how much you love, how gently you live, and how gratefully you let go of things not meant for you. All conditioned things are impermanent. When one sees this with wisdom, one turns away from suffering. You should sit in meditation for 20 minutes a day. Unless you are too busy, then you should sit for an hour. Hard to restrain, unstable is this mind. It flits wherever it lists. Good. It is to control the mind. A controlled mind brings happiness. Once upon the time there was an old farmer who had worked his crops for many years. One day his horse ran away. Upon hearing the news, his neighbors came to visit. Such bad luck, they said sympathetically. Maybe, the farmer replied. The next morning the horse returned, bringing with it 3 other wild horses. How wonderful, the neighbors exclaimed. Maybe, replied the old man. The following day, his son tried to ride one of the untamed horses, was thrown and broke his leg. The neighbors again came to offer their sympathy on his misfortune. Maybe, answered the farmer. The day after, military officials came to the village to draft young men into the army. Seeing that the son's leg was broken, they passed him by. The neighbors congratulated the farmer on how well things had turned out. As a bee gathering nectar doesn't harm or disturb the color and fragrance of the flowers, so do the wise move through the world. Meditation, the invisible power of thoughts. My thoughts on meditation. Most people don't understand meaning of meditation. They think that listening to calm music or going to a calm places like Himalayas or other places is meditation. But meditation is observing what is going in our body and understanding the truth. It can be done anywhere and there is no instrument required. Meditation means the capacity to be joyously alone. Meditation is being in tune with our inner energy source. Meditation is the dissolution of thoughts in eternal awareness or pure consciousness without objectification, knowing without thinking, merging finitude in infinity. Where there is dhyan, meditation, internal state of being, there is no egoism, and where there is egoism, there is no dhyan. Real love is someone who won't stay mad at you, who can't stand not talking to you, and who is afraid of losing you. Love yourself instead of loving the idea of other people loving you. Negativity, it can only affect you if you are on the same frequency. When you're happy with someone in private, you don't need to prove it on social media. Your mind is a constant traffic of thoughts and it is always rush hour day in, day out. Meditation means to watch the moment of thoughts in the mind. Being there isn't the same as belonging there. One day a rich dad took his son on a trip to village. He wanted to show him how poor someone can be. They spent time on the farm of a poor family. Dad asked, "Did you see how poor they are? What did you learn?" Son said, "We have 1 dog, they have 4. We have pool, they have rivers. We have lanterns at night, they have stars. We buy foods, they grow theirs. We have walls to protect us, they have friends. We have encyclopedias, they have Bible." Then they headed. "Thanks, Dad, for showing me how poor we are." Moral lesson: it's not about money that makes us rich. It's about simplicity of having God in our lives. 10 steps to success. Try again. Try once more. Try a little differently. Try it again tomorrow. Try and ask for help. Try to find someone who has done it. Try to fix what is not working. Try to expand what is working. Just keep trying until you succeed. Don't say something you regret out of anger. There once was a little boy who had a very bad temper. His father decided to hand him a bag of nails and said that every time the boy lost his temper, he had to hammer a nail into the fence. On the first day, the boy hammered 37 nails into that fence. The boy gradually began to control his temper over the next few weeks, and the number of nails he was hammering into the fence slowly decreased. He discovered it was easier to control his temper than to hammer those nails into the fence. Finally, the day came when the boy didn't lose his temper at all. He told his father the news, and the father suggested that the boy should now pull out a nail every day he kept his temper under control. The days passed, and the young boy was finally able to tell his father that all the nails were gone. The father took his son by the hand and led him to the fence. Today I asked my mentor, a very successful businessman in his 70s, what his top 3 tips are for success. He smiled and said, read something no one else is reading, think something no one else is thinking, and do something no one else is doing. Always have a unique character like salt. Its presence is not felt, but its absence makes everything tasteless. When you are a good person, you don't lose people, they lose you. Galileo Galilei, 1564 to 1642, Italian astronomer, scientist and philosopher who played a leading role in the scientific revolution. Galileo improved the telescope and made many significant discoveries in astronomy. His findings encouraged him to speak out for the Copernican view that the earth revolved around the sun. However, his views were considered heretical and he was placed under house arrest. His greatest scientific works included 2 new sciences about kinetics and the strength of materials. Marie Curie was the first woman of the degree in physics, the first woman to graduate in France, the first woman to obtain a Nobel Prize, the first woman to obtain a chair at the Sorbonne, the first scientist to obtain 2 Nobel Prizes. Who is Gregor Mendel? Mendel was born in 1822 in Austria. His father was a peasant farmer tenanted to a local aristocrat who was very interested in scientific crop improvement. The family was very poor. Mendel's early education was with local priests and teachers. Showed considerable academic capability and so was sent to larger town with more opportunities. Financial problems plagued him, affecting his health, so Mendel decided to enter monastery as means of support. Fear versus respect. Long time ago, very cruel king named Virat Singh was ruling the city of Vijayanagar. All citizens were fearful because of his cruelty. Virat has a dog named Jack, which he used to love more than anything. One fateful morning, Jack died. Virat Singh organized last rituals for dog. Entire city came to cremation ground. Virat Singh was very happy to see that people love him so much and he felt he is the most popular king in the world. After a few days, Virat Singh died, but no one came for his funerals. Moral: respect is something you have to earn. You cannot force it. The little boy who was cursed. One day, not so long ago, there lived a very angry little boy. Everything in life and everything about life made him angry. The more angry he became, the more frustrated he became, and the more frustrated he became, well, that just made him more angry. He began to hurt the people around him who loved him the most. With each new insult and angry outburst, he was hurting those that cared. He wasn't seeing the consequences of his anger. He couldn't understand that his actions were causing others pain and hurt. He was too consumed by his own rage to even notice. After a particularly bad outburst, his mother had sent him to walk in the woods and think about things until he had calmed down. It was on this day, walking in the woods, that he met up with that was about to change his life for the better. ऑनरेबल व्यूअर्स, अगर आप मेरे चैनल को ग्रोथ देना चाहते हैं तो आप इस नीचे दिए गए सुपर थैंक्स बटन को क्लिक करके मेरे चैनल की मदद कर सकते हैं। शुक्रिया।